Good afternoon. It is Sunday, March 26th, 2017. I mentioned yesterday that I would have to post an updated video for tomorrow's possible severe weather threat. That would be on Monday, March the 27th, 2017. Right now, it is currently around 1:15 in the afternoon, and we do have some scattered showers and some rumbles of thunder that are moving off to the north and east. This is the final dose of rain for portions of the Pennyroyal area with this upper level system that we had to deal with today and yesterday. Some of these clouds are all moving off to the north and east, which means that we also have all of the sunshine back in parts of Arkansas where they have hardly any clouds in the area except for portions of northwestern Arkansas. But all of the sunshine is going to be heading our way as these clouds begin to move out of the area. Already some breaks in the Purchase area right now, and that is helping our temperatures boost into the mid 60s. And so I mentioned this yesterday in yesterday's briefing that if we dealt with a lot of clouds today, then we would end up with temperatures, mainly in the upper 50s to low 60s. But since we are beginning to see that sun breaking through before the peak heating time of the day, which is around 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon at this time of the year, then we would begin to see those temperatures boost into the upper 60s to low 70s, and that is where I'm going to keep the high temperatures for today because of the fact that we do have sunshine breaking through these clouds. The first half of the day was mostly cloudy. Now we're into the second half of the day and we're beginning to see more sunshine, and that was my forecast, and right now it is looking spot on. So we'll see if it continues to hold together throughout the rest of the day. Hopefully we won't have to deal with much more in the way of cloudiness, as we have had our fair share of clouds over the last 24 hours. Let's go ahead and look at the future radar for what tomorrow is going to bring. You can tell that we do have this is the NAM 3KM model, and this is going to be starting out at 9 p.m. tonight. You can tell it already has some rain spreading into portions of Missouri, already back into Kansas and Oklahoma, where they have the potential to see severe weather and possible tornado outbreak today. Good thing is that that system is going to be weakening as it moves into our area for tomorrow on Monday. Here at 6 a.m. on Monday morning, already beginning to see a few showers dotting the radar. This is basically telling us also that we will have some clouds that will be in the area also, and that is going to keep our temperatures down a little bit, and it's also going to keep our Kate values down a little bit. I'm going for high temperatures tomorrow on Monday to be in the mid to upper 60s. A couple of areas could reach the low 70s, but overall the temperatures are not going to be super outrageous like they were last Monday, where we saw temperatures in the low to mid 80s. That definitely did spark some very strong storms in the area. And notice how this model is showing by noon tomorrow a band of showers and thunderstorms forming just to the west of here in southeast Missouri, the Boot Hill, and that line of storms quickly moves off towards the north and east. Rather, I'm sorry, this line of storms moves due east, and it will be moving pretty fast too. We won't have very strong winds tomorrow, not as breezy as it was today and yesterday. So I think the winds are going to be anywhere between 10 to 20 miles an hour. It's still breezy, but just not, nothing out of, the ordinary. So we will see a couple more showers and thunderstorms throughout the day, and then this will quickly be out of here by tomorrow evening. This will be at 9 p.m. already showing another line of storms going off to our south and east. So we'll just have to watch this. We could have a couple rounds of showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, but right now it's not looking like we're going to be seeing anything that is just, any big outbreak of severe weather. Maybe a couple of severe storms here and there. Main threats are going to be damaging winds, large hail, and heavy rain and lightning. But I'm not too worried about tornadoes for tomorrow. But you can't always rule out an isolated tornado, so that's always going to be in the forecast. If a storm is in the forecast, you have to mention, the threat of a tornado, because you just never know what a storm is going to do. The ingredients tomorrow, we have about half of the severe weather ingredients. I'm not going to go through a ton of maps and show you, just because there's no need to, because this is not going to be anything outrageous, but I just wanted to show you and make a separate video just to give you an updated video on what the risk for tomorrow's severe weather threat is going to be. And the Storm Prediction Center is already outlining our area. Let's go ahead and turn off all of these parameters that I have on here. And I wanted to go ahead and show you what the convective outlook was from the Storm Prediction Center. This is for tomorrow. Notice how we do have around a slight risk for the entire Purchase area. I do not see them enhancing us into an enhanced risk of severe weather. I think that this is pretty spot on, that we should stay right here in the slight risk. due to the fact that we don't have a whole lot of parameters for severe weather available tomorrow. The lapse rates are not going to be very high, which makes the atmosphere unstable if they're very high. So the atmosphere is not going to be completely unstable, but it's going to be, not. The thing about the models is that if the models are showing this, that doesn't mean that that is going to be the solution. So just because the models are showing weak lapse rates now doesn't mean that that's going to happen. We could very well see high lapse rates tomorrow and that completely turn the forecast around. But the fact that the lapse rates are pretty low is what's keeping my forecast down for the severe weather potential for tomorrow, just because you have to have an unstable atmosphere to have unstable storms. And so I think that we're going to be looking at a few storms that could reach the unstable limits, but I don't think that we're going to be looking at, a whole line of storms that are just going to be, blanketed with severe thunderstorm warnings. So not a whole lot to worry about tomorrow, but I did just want to update you on the risk for storms.